गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ,
और समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर, शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार।
समस्त पाप खंडनम, स्वभक्त चित्तरंजनम, सदैव नंदनंदनम,
सदैव नन्दनन्दनं
सुपीच्छगुच्छमस्तकं,
सुपीच्छगुच्छमस्तकं,
सुनादवेणुहस्तकं,
सुनादवेणुहस्तकं,
अनङ्गरङ्गसागरं,
अनङ्गरङ्गसागरं,
नमामि कृष्णनागरं,
नमामि कृष्णनागरं,
मनोजगर्वमोचनं,
मनोजगर्वमोचनं,
विशाललोललोचनं,
विशाललोललोचनं,
विधूतगोपशोचनं,
विधूतगोपशोचनं,
नमामि पद्मलोचनं,
नमामि पद्मलोचनं,
करारविन्दभूधरं,
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 स्मितावलोकसुन्दरं,
स्मितावलोकसुन्दरं,
महेन्द्रमानदारणं,
महेन्द्रमानधारणं,
नमामि कृष्णवारणं,
नमामि कृष्णवारणं,
कदम्बसूनकुण्डलं,
कदम्बसूनकुण्डलं,
सुचारुगण्डमण्डलं,
सुचारुगण्डमण्डलं,
व्रजाङ्गनैकवल्लभं,
व्रजाङ्गनैकवल्लभं,
नमामि कृष्णदुर्लभं,
नमामि कृष्णदुर्लभं,
यशोदया समोदया,
यशोदया समोदया,
सगोपया सनन्दया,
सगोपया सनन्दया,
युतं सुखैकदायकं,
सुखैकदायकं,
नमामि गोपनायकं,
नमामि गोपनायकं,
सदैव पादपङ्कजं,
सदैव पादपङ्कजं,
समस्त गोपमानसं
नमामि नन्दलालसं
नमामि नन्दलालसं
भरावतारकं
भरावतारकं
भवाब्धिकर्णधारकं
भवाब्धिकर्णधारकं
यशोमती किशोरकं
यशोमती किशोरकं
नमामि चित्तचोरकं
नमामि चित्तचोरकं
दृगन्तकान्तभङ्गिनं
दृगन्तकान्तभङ्गिनं
सदा सदालसङ्गिनं
सदा सदालसङ्गिनं
दिने दिने नवं नवं
दिने दिने नवं नवं
नमामि नन्दसम्भवं
नमामि नन्दसम्भवं
गुणाकरं सुखाकरं
गुणाकरं सुखाकरं
कृपाकरं कृपापरं
कृपाकरं कृपापरं
सुरद्विषन्निकन्दनं
सुरद्विषन्निकन्दनं
नमामि गोपनन्दनं
नमामि गोपनन्दनं
नवीनगोपनागरं
नवीनगोपनागरं
नवीनकेलिलम्पटं
नवीनकेलिलम्पटं
नमामि मेघसुन्दरं
नमामि मेघसुन्दरं
तडित्प्रभालसत्पटं
तडित्प्रभालसत्पटं
समस्तगोपनन्दनं
समस्तगोपनन्दनं
हृदम्बुजैकमोदनं
हृदम्बुजैकमोदनं
नमामि कुञ्जमाध्यगं
नमामि कुञ्जमध्यगं
प्रसन्नभानुशोभनं
प्रसन्नभानुशोभनं
कामकामदायकं
कामकामदायकं
दृगन्तचारुसायकं
दृगन्तचारुसायकं
रसालवेणुगायकं
रसालवेणुगायकं
नमामि कुञ्जनायकं
नमामि कुञ्जनायकं
विदग्धगोपिकामनो
विदग्धगोपिकामनो
मनोज्ञतल्पशायिनं
मनोज्ञतल्पशायिनं
नमामि कुञ्जकानने
नमामि कुञ्जकानने
प्रवृद्धवह्निपायिनं
प्रवृद्धवह्निपायिनं
यदा तदा यथा तथा
यदा तदा यथा तथा
तथैव कृष्णसत्कथा
तथैव कृष्ण सत्कथा
मया सदैव गीयता
मया सदैव गीयते
कर्तव्यम्
प्रमाणिकाष्टकर्तव्यम्
जपत्यधीत्यया पुमान्
जपत्यधीत्यया पुमान्
भवेत् स नन्दनन्दने
भवेत् स नन्दनन्दने
भवे सुभक्तिमान्
भवे सुमतिमान्
भवेत् स नन्दनन्दने
भवेत् स नन्दनन्दने
भवे सुभक्तिमान्
भवे सुमतिमान्
भवे सुभक् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
रेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मुक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले संग्राममय जीवन धरा पर विजय रथ ले हम चले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले हो समर्पण लखन जैसा राम जैसा त्याग हो भीष्म सा हो नियम पालन शौर्य में अभिमन्यु हो आपदाओं को कुचल कर वीर बालक हम चले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले बुद्ध जैसे कारुणिक हो धीर हम महावीर से ध्रुव जैसे निश्चयी सत्याग्रही प्रहलाद से दुर्दम्य सारे संकटों में अग्निपथ पर भी खिले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले हनुमान से सेवाव्रती जिज्ञासु हो नचिकेत से कर्मयोगी कृष्ण जैसे वीर हो हम पार्थ से बलिदान गोविंद सिंह सहो स्वार्थ सारा ही चले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले
Jai Shri Krishna to one and all. On behalf of Geeta Parivar, I, Shashi Tripathi, extend a warm welcome to all the devotees of Lord Krishna. We are all blessed that we are a part of the interpretation session of the 15th chapter today. Yes, to begin this special occasion, let us bow down to Lord Ganesha and Lord Shri Krishna for happiness, peace, and prosperity. For the Arambha Prarthana, I call upon Purushottam Ji from Karnataka. He has joined Geeta Parivar since January 2021 and serving as a trainer in L1 and L2 and is a student in L3. Purushottam Ji, please begin the prayer, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself.
जय श्री कृष्ण। वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। Jai Shri Krishna to all followers of Shri Krishna Paramatma. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Purushottam ji, for the beautiful prayer. Light is a symbol of truth, knowledge, and understanding. For the deep Prajwalan, I call on stage Jayashri Tambule ji from Maharashtra. She is with Geeta Parivar since September 2020, and she has been a trainer for 7 batches and a student in L4. Jayashri ji for Deep Prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरितैव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहं सकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः।
Thank you, Jayashri ji, for the beautiful Deep Prajwalan. We are all eager to hear from Kavita Didi, the interpretation of the 15th chapter, Purushottam Yoga. Kavita Didi, as we all know, she's a disciple of Swamiji, and all the 18 chapters of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā are on her tips. She leads all the activities organized by Geeta Parivar. And the most important thing, her aim in life is to make the world a better place to live by spreading the knowledge of Geeta throughout the world. And soon, Ashu Bhaiya will be there with us for the question answer session. Kavita Didi, shall I announce about the Geeta Sevi program? Yes. Thank you, Kavita Didi. A very important tomorrow, that is 12th September, 8 p.m. Don't miss the golden opportunity of joining Be a Geeta volunteer program, Geeta Sevi Bano. This is a very special program in which you will all know how you can serve the Lord, that is through Geeta Parivar. There are various fields in which you can serve, and once you attend the program, you will be able to serve according to your interest and ability. It is a golden opportunity to serve Geeta Parivar and serve the Lord, serve humanity. So please don't miss that chance. I now request Kavita Didi.
Thank you, Geeta. Yes, as she announced about the Geeta Sevi, please do join Geeta Sevi. We will have different surprises this time. We will have different types of scripts and people will just perform on that script. So we will have a fun. Just join the Geeta Sevi program at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Don't miss it. Yes, we will begin with this session with the prayer. सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. Jai Shri Krishna. So yes, last time we have seen the first half of 15th chapter Purushottam Yoga, and we have also talked about the very strange and very different type of tree which has branches above and roots below. So it is just opposite to the real tree. Then also then we have seen this tree is very painful. It will repeat again and again. It has no sar, no sense why we are living in this world. This world is made up of Maya, Adnyan. So we have to leave this world. We have to go for the supreme tattva, that is Purushottam. So we have to strive for that. We have to achieve our main aim of life, that is liberation. So we have to strive for the liberation. Then the question arises, how to get rid of this samsara. Asanga shastrena dridhina chitva. Then the Lord answers, Asanga shastrena, we need to have vairagya towards the samsara, detachment, and through the detachment we can just cut off this samsara. And then where we have to do tatah padantat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha tamiva chadyam purusham prapadye. So we have to seek refuge in the Lord, that Paramdhama. And how this Paramdhama is, so the person, when he goes in the Paramdhama, the person will not return. So the pain of the samsara will not receive. Because why we are receiving this pain of the samsara? Because we are again and again coming in this samsara. Suppose we don't come in this samsara, we will not have the pain as well. So to get rid of this pain of the samsara, the sorrows of the samsara, we have to achieve that perfection. We have to enter in the dham of Paramatma. How's the dham? So tadhama paramam mama na tadbhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha. It's a chit swarupam. Chit swarupam means it is the form of light. Because other sources of light such as sun, moon, fire cannot enlight that place, because it is itself a source of light. So this place is the light only, a kind of light which is infinite, which is endless. Then we have talked about the rebirth. After rebirth, we have two situations. Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati. So one, we can get liberated, but the person who don't get liberation, then what will happen with that person? Then that person can get rebirth in different yonis, such as Manushya yoni, then he can become human being again, or some animal according to his karmas. So according to karma, we will get rebirth. And they say all the tendencies, all the sanskaras, all our deep-rooted habits will also be carried by our Karan Sharira or by our Antakaran or Jivatma. The embodied Jivatma will carry all these tendencies from this birth to the another birth. So this thing we have seen now, the person who knows that Paramatma, who knows that Jivatma as the part of Paramatma, he beholds that Jivatma is in our body, who enjoys the worldly objects, who just live in this body, who is the real owner of this body. I am not doing idan na mama, it is not mine. So the doer of this body is someone else, that Jivatma. So the person who beholds that Jivatma will get liberation. He is the Jnani. He has the real knowledge, the supreme knowledge of Brahman. Now we have started talking about the supreme knowledge, the person who has the knowledge about the Brahman. Now there are two types of people, two types of yogis Lord will describe from the 11th shloka. Yatanto yoginaschainam pasyantyatmanyavasthitam yatantopyakritatmano nainam pashyantya chetasaha. So there are two types of people in this world. One category is people, those who are striving for the perfection. These are good people. Now some are tamasic people. We have seen three gunas. Guna pravriddha vishaya pravalaha. We have three gunas: sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Urdhvam gacchanti sattvastha madhye tishthanti rajasaha. Jaghanya guna vrittistha adho gacchanti tamasaha. So tamasic people who are possessed with this tamasic gunas, they will go towards the failure. So these kind of people even don't strive to get that Paramatman, to get the main goal of our life. Their goal is just to enjoy the worldly objects, sleeping, eating. That is only the goal of them. So these people are like useless, just a bharabhuta, bhuvi bharabhuta. In this earth, they are just like an animal. So they are living the life of animal because they even don't know about themselves. Sometimes these people drink badly, and then at morning they just ask the questions, who I am, where I am. So like this, they even don't know about themselves, their identity, they are not aware with. So we will not talk about these people because Gita is not meant for these people. This is only meant for the people who are really devotional, who are devotees. That's why Ashu Bhaiya Swamiji always say, because we are very fortunate. We are really devoted people. That's why we are here to learn Gita, to understand the Gita. Because everyone will not get this chance to learn Gita, to understand Gita. Because Lord himself has said in 18th chapter, Idante na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na chashrushve vacham na chamam yogya suyati. The person who has no devotion towards the Gita, who is not having any interest in this Gita, don't teach those people. Don't even tell about these Gita classes, Gita, etc. Because these people don't have the devotion in me, in Lord, in Gita. Then what we will do to tell them? So we are really fortunate people who we have this sense of identity, self-identity. We are aware with our goal of the life, the real aim of our life. So we are lucky people, and we are such a good people who have got these Gita classes. So the people who are striving, there are two types of people who strive. So one who really strive, yatanto, they are striving, yatanto yoginaschainam, they are called yogi because they get that liberation after some times. Pashyantyatmanyavasthitam, they behold this Atma, Pashyantyatmanyavasthitam, this Atma as it is. And the people, yatanto pyakritatmanu, but the people sometimes they are striving a lot, they are doing tapa, they are doing puja, they are just wearing tilak, etc. But they are akritatmanha, their antakaran, their mind is not purified, so they don't get the liberation. They, whatever they do, this will help in worldly progress, but they will not get any achievement in spiritual life. So sometimes we have so-called pandits, like they wear tika daily, they wear mala daily, they have choti, etc. Everything they have, they go to temple daily, but still their mind is not purified. Sometimes we have in our temples, we have books such as Mahabharata, Ramayana, Geeta. And when we open daily those books, some special kind of fragrance these books receive from the atmosphere of temple, because we put so many perfumes, kind of flowers in the temple. So these books receive the beautiful fragrance or very good fragrance. But after some time, these books will receive fragrance, but our mind will remain same. because we are not going to purify our mind. So whatever we learn, that's why in Geeta Parivar, Swamiji has given this Dhyaya Vakya statement. Geeta padhein, padhaएं, जीवन में लाएं. First read Geeta, then teach Geeta, and then follow Geeta in your life. That's why in Geeta Parivar also, first we read Geeta as a participant, then slowly we become volunteer and we start teach Geeta, teaching Geeta to all the people who join us as a Geeta lovers. So in Geeta, in your class also you have trainer, tech, GC, we have Vivechan teams such as Shashi, Didi, Gopal Bhaiya, and all are doing selfless seva in Geeta Parivar. They don't get anything, but they have joined this Geeta Parivar as a volunteer also for this second statement, to follow the second statement, Geeta padhaएं, padhi padhaएं, teach Geeta. So they sometimes we are not the trainer of the class, but still we are group coordinators, we are technical assistant, then also we are helping them to teach the Geeta. That is also a big seva. So we should try to give some seva in Geeta Parivar. If not possible as a trainer, you don't have time, we have different types of things which will be explained tomorrow's session in Geeta Sevi. So just attend that session, you will get something to contribute in Geeta Parivar, and you will also be able to purify your mind, because reading Geeta will not work until you practice Geeta in your life, and that practice will only be happen when you will start teaching Geeta, because the second stage is teaching Geeta. So just help them to teach Geeta. So that is very important. So the people who are like Pandits, in Bhagavad Gita, the real definition of Pandit is given in 5th chapter. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shvapakecha Panditas Samadarshinaha Panditas Samadarshinaha. The real Pandits are the equal for all the living creatures, such as Brahman, Gavi Hastini, Gavi means cow, Hastini, the elephant. So they have same feeling for all the living creatures. They have this feeling of Sarva Bhuta Hiterataha. They have this feeling of compassion, the feeling of Karuna Bhav for everyone, for every living creatures. These are called real Pandits, not the people who just doing some spiritual things. They are following austerities, they are doing some puja and some rituals. These are not real Pandits. This is also a part we should follow, we should do, we should wear tilak, we should wear mala, but also we should try to purify our mind. We cannot avoid that part. So that is also important. So reading Geeta is important, very important, but teaching Geeta and following Geeta is also equally important. So like we have example, because sometimes we think why we should teach Geeta, why we should, what is the purification of mind. Sometimes the people who do a lot of austerity, such as Vishwamitra has done. Vishwamitra Prabhat, Vishwamitra Parashara Prabhitayo Vatambu Parnashanas Tepi Sri Mukha Pankajam Sulalitam Drishtvaiva Mohangatah Shalyannam Sagritam Payodhiyutam Ye Bhunjate Manavas Tesham Indriya Nigraho Yadi Bhavet Vindhyastaret Sagare Vindhyastaret Sagare. Like the Vishwamitra, Parashara, these people, these Sant, they have done a lot of austerity. The Vishwamitra, if you read the story of Vishwamitra, we don't have much time to tell here, but must read the story of Vishwamitra and Parashar. You must have listened about the Vishwamitra. He has done a lot of austerity. He had collected a lot of tapobal. He was about to become a Brahmarshi. Brahmarshi is a supreme rishi in all the rishis. So he was about to become the Brahmarshi, but the Urvashi has came from the heaven, and then so many things happened, and then he just he had no control over his mind. So this type of people who have done a lot of tapa don't have control over their mind. So controlling this mind is very difficult. So we should strive to purify our mind. So there are two types of people: those who who are striving. But in the striving people, there are also two categories: one who really gets that perfection, the other people don't get the perfection, even they are doing so much tapa, they are doing the ishvas, because their mind is not purification. The Lord has this used this word akritatmanaha. Akritatmanaha, their mind is not purified, which is needed for the devotee, which is needed for the real yogi. So we should try to purify our mind. That is very important. यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्. Now in 6th shloka we have seen something about the place, the supreme place, natad bhasayate suryo, etc., the place of the Paramatman. Now again the Lord will describe about that place. Why? Because now he will tell about the speciality of that place in detail. So yada dityagatam tejo, the tej, we will start with the tej. Just remember this word tej. We are starting with the tej, and in the end we will just finish this concept, this whole the thing with the teja only in 14th shloka. So yada dityagatam tejo, tej of the Surya is also belonging to the Paramatma. It is the tej of Paramatma only. Yada dityagatam tejo jagadbhasayate khilam, and this teja only enlight all whole world. This entire world is enlightened by this teja, by this sun only. Yada dityagatam tejo, then yachandramasi yachagno, and the teja of Chandrama, the Shashanka or the moon, and the teja of the Pavakaha, yat Chandramasi yat Chagno, Agni or Pavaka, both are same, the synonyms of fire. So the teja of fire is the teja of Mamakam. It is the my teja only, the teja of mine only. So like we can understand this thing with the example of different equipments, the electric equipments. We have refrigerator, we have blower, and we have fan. Now the electricity is same flows in the refrigerator, in the fan, in the blower, but the manifestation of the energies are different. From the fan we get cool air. Refrigerator, it freezes the water, it has so much cold air. Then the bulb or the fan, the bulb, we have different like blower or bulb. So blower gives heat, and then bulb gets light. So the electricity is same, but the manifestations are different. Why? Because of different equipments we are using. Similarly, the Paramatman is same, but the different, the sun, the moon, the fire, these things are different. So the manifestations of this energy is different. So this Paramatma is same everywhere. Why Lord is telling? To show that I am everywhere. There is only source of energy, that is Lord, that is Paramatma. So everything belongs to me only. Gama vishyacha bhutani dharayamyaham pushnami chaushadhi sarva somo bhutva rasatmakaha. Gama vishya. So gam means earth. So the Lord is saying, I just enter in the Prithvi, in the earth, and I just hold this earth. Gama vishyacha bhutani dharayamyaham. With my oj, I just sustain this Prithvi. So we have this earth, it rotates in a particular manner. It will not go here, there. It is rotating in a particular manner, the time period, everything is fixed. So who is controlling? That is Paramatma. Gama vishyacha bhutani. Dharayamyaham Pushnami Chaushadhi Sarvas. Now I enter in the moon also. Somo Bhutva. Som means moon. I enter in the moon and I just nourish all the medicines and the plants. Gama Pushnami cha Aushadhi Sarvas. So all these Aushadhi, the medicines and the plants are nourished by me only. So we have different researches, like researchers have shown that if we plant a tree or we plant a tree in under full moonlight, the crop will be more richer. So why it happens? Because this moon has some energy, some special kind of energy. So this energy will go in these plants and it will help plants to grow more. So that is the scientific fact given by the Bhagavad-Gītā. Gama Vishya cha Bhutani. Then in 14th chapter he will tell about the different types of Agni. We have 3 types of Agni in our culture. So we have divided these 3 Agnis, the Agnis into 3 parts. So like we have Davanal. So first we will have the shloka. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashitaha Pranapana Samayuktah Pachamyannan Chaturvidham. First we have Davanal, the fire of forest. Sometimes in forest we have some like dry leaves and all, so it gets burned. So that is called Davanal, the fire in the forest. Then we have Badvanal. Badvanal, the fire of the water. On the first layer of the water, sometimes there's petroleum or something, and then it gets fire. So that is called Badvanal. And then we have third, Vaishvanar. Vaishvanar is gastric Agni, the fire, digestive fire in our stomach. So everyone has the gastric fire. So that fire is also me. Lord is telling, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. I become Vaishvanar fire and I digest the all kind of food. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashitaha. Praninam Dehamashita. Praninam, in all the living creatures, Dehamashita, in their body. Dehamashitaha. Prana Pan Samayuktah. We have 5 types of Pran. Pran, Apan, Vyan, Udan, and all these 5 types of Pran we have. So Prana Pan, so Pran and Apan, Prana Pan Samayuktah Pachami Annam Chaturvidham. I just digest all 4 kinds of food. So what are these 4 kinds of food? So we have divided this food into 4 types. So it is not like only 4 types of food we have, but we are just categorizing the food. So we have Bhojya Padarth. Bhojya Padarth means like the food which we can just eat, like chapati, rice, all this. So we can eat with our teeth. That is Bhojya Padartha. Then we have Choshya Padartha. Choshya, like sucking foods, like honey, not honey, like all kinds of fruits and mango. These are the Choshya Padartha, which we can just suck. Then we have Leh Padartha. Leh Padartha is like licking food. So we can lick that food, nectar, honey, all these are the Leh Padartha. Then we have Peya. Peya Padartha, which we can drink, like water, milk. All these are Peya Padartha. So we have 4 categories of food, and all the foods are coming in these categories only. So I just digest all 4 types of food. I become Vaishvanar Agni and just digest all the 4 types of food. So this Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashitaha, and then the whole conversion happens, like we have this whole conversion as first our food will become Ras. Ras means plasma. Then this food will like first the Lord will become the energy in the moon. That energy will nourish the plants. These plants will be eaten by human beings and the all living creatures. Now this plant will go in our stomach. Now the Vaishvanar Agni, which is also the form of Lord, will digest it. Now this plants will become ras, plasma, and then from this plasma it will convert into rakt or blood. Then we have the flesh, and then slowly it will become med. Med means fat, and then the asthi, the bones, and then from the bones it will become bone marrow, the majja, and in the end it will become the tissue, reproductive tissue, that is virya. And from this virya only the tej, again this virya will become tej. So see, we have started from the tej, from 12th shloka. This tej will go in the plants through the moon, and this stage only nourish the plants, and slowly it will just happen this whole conversion, and in the end again it will become tej only. So we have this conversion, like, so everything is ultimately it is the Lord only, because tej is also the Lord. So why Lord is telling these things? Because everywhere there is Lord only, besides him nothing is there in this world. That is the real Advaita philosophy. Advait means na Dvaitam, Advaitam. There is nothing besides the Brahman. Eko Brahma Dityo Nasti, like this. So it is only the Brahman here in this word. So for everything we have to strive to get that perfection. That is our responsibility. So yes, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Mattasmritirjnanamohanancha Vedaischa Sarvai Ahameva Vidyo Vedanta Kridveda Videva Chaham. Now he is just giving a conclusion of this whole talk. So Sarvasya Chaham, I just see, I am seated in all the hearts of living creatures, in all the hearts. So many times in Bhagavad-Gītā, it is mentioned that I live in the heart. So where is the Lord, the real place? So he lives everywhere, but mainly he lives in the heart. So Swamiji gives us the form of the type of meditation. So in this meditation, what we do, we just imagine the Lord, the Chaturmukh Vishnu, in our heart. In our heart we have to imagine three colors. Krishna Varna, the black, first we have red color, Rakta Varna, then Shweta Varna, Shwet light means the white light, and then last we have this black Krishna Varna. So in these three colors only we have to imagine Vishnu Murti, the Chaturmukh Vishnu in our heart. Now this type of meditation he tells in Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So when he gives lecture on this, he has given this description about a kind of dhyan, the kind of meditation. It helps very much, and it is very good for the strivers. So we should also try to practice those meditations, not exactly this, but something we should do daily, and slowly we can reach to that kind of meditations also. So like I am seated in the hearts of all living creatures. In 18th chapter also Lord will tell Hridde Shrejuna Tishtati. Hridde Shrejuna. Hridde, again Hridi means heart. Hridde Shrejuna, the seventh vibhakti. Hridde means again in the heart. I live in the heart of the people. Hridesh Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Mattasmritirjnanamohanancha. From me only there is smriti, memory, gyan, all kind of knowledge. It is spiritual knowledge as well as physical knowledge. And the apohanam. Apohanam means samshay. Apohanam means the absence of samshay, doubts. When we have some wrong notions, sometimes we don't know about the dharma, adharma. What is dharma? What is adharma? Because we don't have vivek gyan. Viveka gyan is very important for this striver. We want to do good, but we don't know. We are confused. What is good? What is wrong? So like Arjuna in the Geeta also, first chapter, he's telling, I don't know how I can kill my relatives who are really my relative. Bhishma, Acharya, Pitaraf Putras, Tathaiva Cha Pitamaha. So all are my guru, all are brothers, all my mama and all. So these are my relatives. Now how I can kill them? So this is not dharma, because killing relatives, killing our own gurus, from whom we have got the this vidya, this gyan, knowledge. Now how can I kill them? So that is adharma only. So what is the real dharma? He is asking in first chapter. In second chapter he says, Yachreyasan nishchitam ruhitan me shishyaste ham shadhimam tvam tapannam. So first he says, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha. So I don't know about the dharma. So prichhami tvam dharma sammudha. I am asking about the dharma. What is the right dharma for me? Should I do yuddha, war? Should I kill them or should I not kill them? Because it is not good according to me, what I know. So these conditions are also coming in our life, because we are not able to recognize whether it is right thing or wrong thing, whether we should do it or we should avoid it. We have this like these types of situations. So in that situation, what we should do? So these are the false notions. Sometimes we choose wrong path. So these wrong paths will also the mattasmritiryanam apohanancha. So apohanam, not for not choosing the right wrong notion, that also from me only, from Lord only. Mattasmritiryanam apohanancha vedaishcha sarvairahameva vidyo. Vedaishcha sarvai. So all the Vedas, we have 4 Vedas: Rig Ved, Yajur Ved, Atharva Ved, Sama Ved. All the Vedas, Vedaishcha sarvai, from all the Vedas, Vedaishcha sarvai rahameva vedyo. From this Vedas, what we should know, what we should learn. Ved means to know. To know, the dhatu the dhatu converts into Ved. The word means the to know. So what we should know from the Vedas? So ahameva vedyo. I am the person who should be known by this Veda. So so we should we have to know that Paramatma only, know that self only. The Paramatma is not other than self. We are one only. The Atma and the Paramatma is one, and we have to know this truth from the Vedas. All the Vedas. Vedaishcha sarvairahameva vedyo. Vedanta Kridveda Videva Chaham, and I am the author of all the Vedanta. Vedanta Kridve. So Vedanta means like we have 3 different meanings of Vedanta. Vedanam Antaha Vedantaha. That is the samas in Vedanta. This word Vedanta has the samas Vedanam Antaha. Now 4 Vedas are there. Antaha, one literal meaning we can just take as the end part of the Vedas are the Vedanta. Now what is the end part? What is the end last section of Vedas? That is Upanishads. So because Upanishads comes in the last, in the end of the Vedas, so that Upanishads are also called Vedanta. Now the second meaning is Vedanta. Vedanam Antaha. Antaha has another meaning, is called gist, conclusion, the real essence, the decision of Vedas, the real essence of Vedas or gist. So where is the gist? In the Sharirik Sutra, like we starts Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. So after doing all the after gaining the knowledge of in Gurukula, the person, the brahmachari, the person who is in the Gurukula studying, and after knowing the Nyaya Shastra and all other worldly Shastra, physical Shastra, then he goes for to learn about the Vedanta. Athato Brahma Jigyasa, Brahma Jigyasa, some eagerness for the Brahma, to know. It is very difficult to get this this jigyasa about the Brahma, about the self. Very few people have this jigyasa. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yadati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvataha. in these the thousands of people are there. In these thousands of people, there is only one, some kaschid yadati siddhaye, only one person starts for the striving to get that goal. Like in the Bhagavad Gita class only, from the thousands of people, some people just get registration in the Gita classes. Then Kaschin Mam Veti Tattvataha, but only few people, from these only few people in the end they become Gita Vrati, or they just achieve their main goal. Because the journey is not easy. We have to have so much patience. We have to go in level 1, level 2, level 3, then the level 4. Level 1 only 20 days, but level 2 has 40 days, whereas level 3 has 60 days, and level 4 has 80 days. We, from first batch, we have 61 or 64, I don't remember the exact number, Gita Vratis. So from in first batch we had only 2500 participants registered, and from 2500 participants we have 60 or 65 Gita Vratis who have learned all Bhagavad Gita, whole entire Bhagavad Gita, all 18 chapters. I hope you all also become Gita Vratis after completing this course. 200 days, when you will finish, you will also become Gita Vrati. Not after this for these 200 days. After that also you can continue as a volunteer, so that later you can become Gita Vrati. You have the chance forever. Whenever you complete your Gita, you can give exam for Gita Vrati. So so very few people start for this striving, and from these few people only get that achievement. So Vedant, we are talking about the Vedanta. Vedanam Anta, the gist of Vedanta. The real gist of Vedanta is in Bhagavad Gita and Sharirak Sutra, Brahma Sutra. We also call it Brahma Sutra. In Brahma Sutra, we have sutras. So in these sutras only, we have the Shankaracharya has written these sutras, Vyas ji also. So we have the essence of the Brahma Vidya. What is the Brahma? What is the beyond to this world? Everything is in detail. In Gita also, we have this knowledge. So the Vedanta means Bhagavad Gita and Sharirak or Brahma Sutra also. So Vedanta has three meanings. It has Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, and Bhagavad Gita. So these Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, and Upanishads make together Vedanta. So what is Vedanta? We have special like this definition. Vedanta. Vedanta Krid Veda Videva Chaham, and I am the author of this Vedanta, all Vedanta. If we say in our script, according to our culture, Vedantic knowledge is the supreme knowledge. It is the the highest knowledge in all the knowledges. Param bhuya pravakshyami jnanana jnanam uttamam. In all the jnanas, this is the uttamam jnana. Uttamam means the highest knowledge, the most highest knowledge, you can say. So the Vedanta is the highest knowledge, and we should try to achieve that knowledge through the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Sharirak Sutra. Dvavimau purushau loke sharashchakshara evacha sharas sarvani bhutani bhutasthoksara uchyate. Now Dvavimau, there are two types of purushas. We have the name Purushottam Yoga, Purushanam Uttam. So there are different purushas. Now we are dividing. Now how they are different if there is only one Brahman? So this is according to Vyavaharik Drashti. We have three stages when we talk in Vedanta. We have three layers. One is Paramarthik, Vyavaharik, and Pratibhasik. Pratibhasik is like a dream. So in dreams, whatever we see, it just destroy after awakening. So when we awake, it will destroy. The whole dream will destroy. There is nothing like what we are having in dream. Then the Vyavaharik is also a dream only. What we are feeling now, that is called Vyavaharik Drishti. In this Vyavahar also, it is just a dream, like a dream. But we are just sleeping in the Agyan Nidra, the sleep of the Agyan, the Maya. and we are just controlled by the Maya. So we are thinking that this world is real, this laptop, everything is real, but it is not real according to Vedanta. In Paramarthi Drishti, everything will destroy. So like after awakening from the dream, everything will destroy for a person. Similarly, when we awake from this Agyan Nidra, we just get the knowledge of Brahman. This world will become dream for us. That is called in the Bhagavad-Gītā or in the Vedanta. So this Vedanta is something. So Dvavimau Purushau Loke. So in this word, we have two types of Purusha. Dvavimau Purushau Loke. Sharashchakshara evacha vanisharaha aksharaha. Sharaha is perishable and akshara is imperishable, that is immortal. So the Avinashi and Vinashi. Sharas sarvani bhutani, and all the living creatures are the sharaha. These will destroy one day. And sharas sarvani bhutani kutastho kshara uchyate, but the kutastha is called akshara, imperishable. It will never destroy. It will remain as it is. Sadevidam agrasti. In the beginning it was there, and in the end also it will be there after pralay, after dissolution of all these three lokas, all this universe. The Brahman or the Sat will remain as it is. It will remain always same as it is. It will not change. And the Kutastha word is very interesting. So like we have the iron man who makes some things with the irons. So they have some base made up of iron only. On that base they have some material, and they have to give shape to that material. Now they use hammer, and they just try to give the shape, and the iron ball or whatever is here to give shape, that will change. It is changeable. So the person will change that shape, but the base that is also made up of iron will never change. Whatever you do, it will never change. So that is called Kutastha. So Brahman or Akshara Purusha is also like the Kutastha, the base. It will never change whatever you do. It is nirvikari. Avyakto yamachintyoyam avikaryo yamuchyate, then avinashitu tadvidhi. So this person or this Param Purusha, Akshara Purusha is avinashi. It will not have any vinash. Uttamah Purushastvanyah Paramatmetyudahritah Yo Lokatrayamavishya Vibhartyavyaya Ishvaraha. Uttamah Purusha tu Anyaha. The Uttamah Purusha, now there is another category, that is Uttama, the supreme Purusha, is other than these two. Sharashchakshara evacha, the Shara and Akshara, there is different entity. Uttamah Purusha tu Anya Shara. Uttamah Purushastvanyah Paramatma iti udahritam. That Uttamah Purusha is called Paramatma. Paramatma iti udahritam. It is called as Paramatma, the word. Uttamah Purushastvanyah Paramatmetyudahritam Yo Lokatrayama Vishya. It is pervading all the three lokas: Patal Lok, Sarg Lok, Dharti Lok. Yo Lokatrayama Vishya Vibhartyavyaya Ishvaraha, and it is the sustainer, or it sustains all the three lokas. So now we have concept of Jeev, Ishwar, and the supreme, that Brahma, Paramatma. So like we have ocean, we have seen, I think last time, the ocean. From the ocean we take some water, that will become Jivatma. In this ocean also we have some big area, or this ocean is covered by something that will become Ishwar. So Ishwar is nothing but the Paramatma only will become Ishwar when he has the Maya. So Paramatma, even though he controls the Maya, Prakatim Swamavashtabhya Visrajami Punah Punaha. I just come in this earth, on this earth again and again, having control over the Maya. So the entity who has control over the Maya, that is Ishwar, like Shri Krishna, Ram, all these are Ishwar. The Jivatma is same as Ishwar, but he has no control over the Prakriti or Maya, like we are. We are the human beings, we are the Jivatma, because we don't have control over the our sense organs or Maya. Easily we can understand, like we have some thoughts in our mind, we are not able to control those thoughts, we are not able to go in Samadhi. So that's why we are Jivatma. Once we have the control over the Maya, we will also become Ishvara. We also become one with the Paramatma. So there are three categories: the Supreme, the Paramatma, and then the Ishvara and the Jiva. Yes, Yasmat Ksharamati-toham Aksharaadapi Chottamaha Atosmi Loke Vede Cha Prathitah Purushottamaha. Because I am the Supreme, I am the beyond from this Char and Akshara. That's why Atosmi Loke Vede, in Vedas, all four Vedas, in all three lokas, I am called as Purushottamaha. Why the Purushottam is called Purushottam? Because he has no attachment with the Maya. He has even like it is completely different. It is has like independent entity that is not related with the Maya Gyan, this word. Then Yo mameva samudho janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati man sarva bhavena bharata. The person who knows me, that person is asamudha. How he knows? Yo mameva asamudho janati purushottamam. The person who knows me as Purushottamam, as I told, I am different from this Shara, Akshara, I am the Supreme. The person who knows this real knowledge that I am the Purushottama, Sasara with Bhajati Mam, with his whole heart, he will just worship me only. So, like sometimes people worship, people just Bhajati means like they are following someone. So, the people who are dependent on their mother, father, sometimes they are dependent on their children. So we have some dependency. So we should be dependent on the Lord only. That is Purushottama. He has the control over the world, because in the end of the life, when the Antakal will come, when the death will come, no one will be with us. Like when short story we have, the Vaishya was there, the person who was very greedy person. He collected a lot of money, he earned a lot of money in whole life. He was just running behind towards the money, and in the end what happened, before some days his death, he divided his money into two parts. One part he has given to his 4 children, and all his sons started their business. The half of the money he just placed into the walls. He just saved for himself. Now you are 60 plus 70 plus, what you will do with the money? But he was very greedy. He said, I will have money, I will just place into the wall, in the wall. And in the end, what happens when people have recognized that he is going to die, he will not live more than 5-6 days. So everyone just suggested that Sethji, please do some dan punya, do some work of charity, just make some wells and all, temples. So like people suggested him, because in the Swargaloka, accordingly you will get all the things back. So if you will not do dana, etc., in Swargaloka, in Pitraloka, in other lokas, you will not get anything if you will not give dan here. So it is very important to give something. But his throat was stopped, like he was not able to say something. So he was indicating with his finger to those walls where he placed the money. But the children were also greedy. They understood the indication, the gesture he was giving. So by his gesture, he was just trying to show that just get out from the money from these walls and do some good things for me. He was just requesting his children, but children were also greedy, and they just said to the people that he is indicating these walls, that he means to say that I have spent all money on these walls, means on this the house. Now where is money remain? So there is no money with me. So like these people, these children misinterpreted his indication, his gesture, and the Seth, he was listening also, but he was not able to say something. He was he started crying, and he thought like, oh, I should just do some this dan punya. I should go behind run behind the Paramatma in the life when I am able, because in the end there is no one who is with me, because after death no one will go with me. My wife has already dead, and the children are like so many. These are the such dishonest people, and then the money will also not work. So like, who will work, who will go with us? That's Paramatma. Sarva bhavena bharata. So with all heart we should try to worship that Paramatma only. Yes, the last shloka. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Iti guhyatamam. This is the most secret knowledge. So I have told about you this knowledge. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam mayanagha. Mayanagha, O sinless Arjuna. Mayanaga etad buddhva buddhiman syat. After knowing this knowledge, the guhyatam knowledge, you will become buddhiman, intelligent person, or the knower of the Brahman. Etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata, and all your duties will be accomplished. Means you will not have anything to do, because after knowing this, after having this knowledge of Paramatma, one has nothing to do. More karma will not be there, because in 3rd chapter, but we have to do karma. You don't have to do this karma. It is not compulsory for you, but still for the ajnani people who are still striving, for them there is only karma yoga, the way to get the achievement. So it doesn't mean that you will not do karma. You have to do karma at any cost. So name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Oh Parth, I don't have any karma in all 3 lokas, but still I am doing karma. Shri Krishna is saying to make the examples, because everyone will follow me only. I am the Lord. So we should do karma, but the person who knows the knowledge, who knows the Brahman, he will become kritakritya. He will not have any duty to do. Om Tatsaditi Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Upanishads Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Purushottama Yogo Nama Panchadashodhyayah. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Do just dedicate all our this chapter, the recitation, and the whatever we have tried to learn. We are just dedicating everything to Shri Krishna. Now we will do some Sankirtana, and after that Sankirtana, we will have Ashu Bhaiya here for the question answer sessions. So you can just remember your question, whatever questions you have, you just remind. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Yes, we will start our question answer session.
I invite Ashu Bhaiya for the session. Yes, Charvi ji, please ask your question.
My question is that the first prayer before we start the shlokas, and the last prayer after we finish the shloka, we need a meaning.
He wants to know the meaning of starting and end. Pushpika. Kavita, tell her.
Okay, the meaning of Pushpika.
No, meaning of Om Shri Paramatmane Namah first.
Okay, so we just first, we just remember the Paramatma. The Om Shri Paramatmane Namah is a kind of Mangala Charan. So in the beginning of every grantha, when we start, we do some Mangala Charan. We remember the Paramatma that we want to finish our this Bhagavad Gita journey with very nicely and without any error. So we are just remembering the Paramatma, and in the end also we are just trying to revoke the Paramatma.
Didi, my question is that the Vasudeva Sutan Devang.
Okay, the prayer Vasudeva Sutan Devam, the Sutam, the Putra, the son of Vasudeva is called Vasudev, that is Sri Krishna. Vasudeva Sutan Devam, Kansa Charura Mardhanam, who killed the Kansa. The Kans was the Rakshasa demon, and the Kansa Charura Mardhanam. Vasudeva Sutan Devam, Kansa Charura Mardhanam. Okay, the next word is
the killer of Kans and Charur.
Devaki Paramanandam, and for the Devaki, he was the Paramananda. He was when Devaki was seeing him, she just becoming delightful. This was the main happiness for the Devaki. Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I do Vandana. I go that Krishna, who is the Jagadguru, who is the Guru of all this Jagat. And the same for the Yogesham Satchidanandam, the Yogesham, the Isha, the Ishwar of Yoga, Yogesham Satchidanandam, Satchit and Ananda Sarupa, Sat, we have seen in detail, Chit, the Tadat Bhasayate Surya, that is Sat, that is Chit, the Prakash Sarupam, Ananda, the most, the happiest thing, the ultimate happiness, the bliss, Satchidanandam, Vasudevam, Vrajapriyam, Vasudevam, again the putra of son of Vasudev, Vrajapriyam, like who loves the Vraj. Vajra is like the kind of weapon. So he loves that weapon.
No. Vrajapriyam means the loved ones of Vrajavasi. The Vraj, that is not Vajra, that is Vraj. Vrajavasi.
Yes, it is Vrajapriyam, the loved by the Vrajavasi. Vrajapriyam, Devaki, the next is Yogesham Satchidanandam, Vasudevam Vrajapriyam, Dharma Sanstapakam Veeram, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Dharma Sanstha, he has established the Dharma, that Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum, that is the Jagadguru of Jagadguru, the Guru of all world. I just go that person, that Sri Krishna.
Thank you, Didi.
V.K. Rai ji, please ask your question, sir.
Jai Shri Krishna. And in one of the shlok, it was told that your senses, sense organs, if you are putting it, using it, by putting your mind into the God, then whatever you do is good for you. But mind is deflected by so many ways. So my one question is that whether this buddhi that controls the mind, that gives some direction to mind, or mind is independent, it cannot be controlled by your buddhi. Second is that when I joined this classes, I was thinking that I should know the pronunciation, I should know how to pronounce the shlokas. But whether God sees your emotions, your bhavna, or whether it is pronounced correctly, then only it will have the effect. Because in one of the discourse, it was told that these are the mantras. So mantras, if they are spoken correctly, then it has the effect. But what I was feeling that even your emotions can also be carried.
I got your question. Let me answer you. First, you answered, can the buddhi control our mind? See, we have three type of body. One is sthul body, physical body. Second is sukshma sharir, means micro body. This micro body is called as antakarana chatushtay. These are four elements: man, buddhi, chitta, ahanka. Man is mind, buddhi is the decisioning power, chitta is the storage power, and aham means self-realization. These are the four stages. It is the one thing. It is not the different four things. It is the one reflection of four nature. So when we do sankalpa vikalpa, it is man. When we do decisioning, it is right, it is wrong, it is buddhi. When we store something, that we have did this, we have seen this, that is chitta. And when we think that we are this, we are doing this, we are not doing this, that is aham. So it is not that one thing affects, it affects everything, but one thing is not greater and one thing is not junior. It is just when you do sankalp vikalp, it is mana, it is called as mana. When you do decisioning, it is called as buddhi. It is the same thing. So it cannot control each other because it is the same thing. You got the point?
Okay, so as per you, there is no difference in mind and buddhi. They are the same.
It is the different forms of same thing.
But generally it is told, वो बोलते हैं ना कि विनाश काले विपरीत तो बुद्धि.
So it is right, क्योंकि आप ही एक जगह पर पिता के रूप में है, एक जगह पर पुत्र के रूप में, एक जगह पर भाई के रूप में हैं, तो आप ही ना. लेकिन जहां पर पिता के रूप में है वहां पिता कहा जाएगा, जहां पुत्र के रूप में वहां पुत्र कहा जाएगा, जहां भाई के रूप में वहां भाई कहा जाएगा. आप वही हैं. ऐसे ही अंतःकरण चतुष्टय में जो सूक्ष्म शरीर है वो एक ही है. वो जिस रोल में है उस रोल में उसको वैसा पुकारा जाएगा. जब वो मन के रोल में है तो मन पुकारा जाएगा, जब बुद्धि के रोल में है तो बुद्धि पुकारा जाएगा, जब वो चित्त के रोल में है तो चित्त पुकारा जाएगा, जब वो अहं तत्व के रूप में है तो अहं पुकारा जाएगा. तो ये उसके रिफ्लेक्शंस है. दूसरी बात आपने पूछी कि भावना का महत्व ज्यादा है या शुद्धता का महत्व ज्यादा है. दोनों का ही महत्व है. देखिए, आप जो काम मनपूर्वक करना चाहते हैं वो अच्छा भी करना चाहते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होता. जिसको भोजन बनाने की रुचि है ना, वो उस भोजन को बढ़िया बनाने में वो और खोजे. मेरी खीर बनाने की तारीफ हुई, अब ये खीर अच्छी और कैसे बनाऊं, ये मेरा मन करेगा कि नहीं? ये करेगा तभी मैं उस काम को अच्छा कर सकूंगा. तो जो काम अच्छा करना होता है या हम अच्छा करते हैं उसमें मेरा मन भी ज्यादा लगता है. तो जब आप गीता को शुद्ध पढ़ना सीखेंगे, शुद्ध उच्चारण करेंगे, तो उसमें स्वाभाविक रूप से आपका मन भी ज्यादा लगेगा. दूसरी बात आपने कहा मंत्रात्मक, बिल्कुल ठीक बात है, क्योंकि ये भगवान के श्रीमुख से निकले हैं, इसलिए गीता का प्रत्येक श्लोक ये मंत्र स्वरूप है. मंत्रों की सिद्धि वो उसके शुद्ध उच्चारण से होती है, ये बात भी ठीक है, इसलिए शुद्ध उच्चारण आवश्यक है. लेकिन एक बात ऐसी है कि भक्ति भाव में अगर आपके उच्चारण में कहीं दोष भी हो और आप उसको सरल भावना से कहते हैं, भक्ति भावना से कहते हैं, आपको उसको कुछ चाहिए नहीं बदले में, तो मंत्र सिद्ध हो या ना हो हमको क्या फर्क पड़ता है, और उसका कोई दोष भी हमको लगता नहीं है. तो ये दोनों बातें ऐसी है. अगर हम उसका फल सिद्धि चाहते हैं तब तो शुद्ध ही पढ़ना होगा. हमारी फल सिद्धि की कोई कामना नहीं है, फिर कोई उच्चारण में दोष भी हो गई, भूल भी हो गई, तो उसका कोई दोष लगता नहीं, उसका कोई हानि होता नहीं. तो गीता का उच्चारण करते समय आपके मुख से कुछ गलत निकलेगा तो उसकी हानि कोई नहीं होगी. लेकिन अगर मैं अनुष्ठान रूप में उसको करता हूँ, किसी प्रयोग के लिए करता हूँ, किसी लाभ की आकांक्षा से करता हूँ, तब शुद्ध उच्चारण आवश्यक है.
But one is, reciting it correctly. Another is reciting it with a melody, with a lay. So that melody we are not able to bring it, though we are able to.
Melody cannot have been done without the correct pronunciation. If you are doing with perfect lay, it has to be done with the correct pronunciation only, because it is a 8-8 सिंबल्स थिंग. 8-8 मात्राओं के चरण है. अगर आप उसको कहीं पर दीर्घ खींच देंगे, कहीं पर लघु कर देंगे, तो आपकी लय बिगड़ जाएगी, अपने आप ही बिगड़ जाएगी. शुद्ध लय में पढ़ना है तो शुद्ध उच्चारण के साथ ही पढ़ना होगा, तो आपकी लय बिगड़ेगी. दोनों बातें हो ही नहीं सकती. ठीक है.
Thank you.
राम प्रकाश जी, प्लीज आस्क योर क्वेश्चन सर.
प्लीज अनम्यूट सर.
जय श्री कृष्ण आशु भैया.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
एक्चुअली कल का जो गीता सेवी का सेशन है वो मैं अटेंड करना चाह रहा हूँ, लेकिन कल मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ. सुबह 5 बजे जाऊंगा, रात में 10 बजे लौट दूंगा. बेटी के साथ कोई एग्जाम है और मैं चाहता भी हूँ कि एज ट्रेनर आई कैन सर्व गीता परिवार. टू बी माय
ट्रेनर बनने के लिए तो लेवल 2 पे जब आप 12, 15, 16 अध्याय का गीता जिज्ञासु पास करेंगे उसके बाद ही बन सकते हैं. तो अभी उसके लिए समय भी है आपके पास। और कल का प्रोग्राम
जैसे सेशन में नहीं है,
आप बाद में यूट्यूब पर भी देख सकते हैं कल वाला प्रोग्राम। ठीक है,
थैंक यू।
पूर्णिमा जी, प्लीज आस्क योर क्वेश्चन मैम।
प्लीज अनम्यूट।
हाँ, ये बताएं कि कविता वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट कि मेडिटेशन अगर आप हार्ट से करना चाहते हैं तो कोई रेड, व्हाइट एंड ब्लू, ये इसका मतलब आप समझाएंगे क्या है, कैसे हम इसके बारे मतलब हाउ डू यू
कविता
इमेजिन दैट
कहाँ चले गए
मेडिटेशन?
मुझे पता नहीं, आई डिडंट लिसन द
हार्ट में मतलब मेडिटेशन करते हैं तो द 3 कलर्स कुछ बोला था, रेड, व्हाइट एंड ब्लू।
ये हृदय के भाव होते हैं। जब हम ध्यान में प्रवेश करते हैं तो अलग अलग रंगों की अनुभूति होना ये भी स्वाभाविक होता है। और इसमें जितना भी हल्का कलर है वो हमारे ध्यान को अलग ज्यादा स्थायित्व देता है, और जितना गाढ़ा कलर है, लाल है, हरा है, नीला है, अगर गाढ़ा रंग होगा तो उसमें ध्यान का स्थायित्व कम होता है। ऐसी बात मैं समझ सकता हूँ, लेकिन मुझे पता नहीं कविता दीदी ने किस रेफरेंस में पूरी बात कही थी। और अभी
इन कलर से मेडिटेट करोगे तो वो ज्यादा मतलब
आगे किसी में आपको पूछना पड़ेगा। अभी तो वो यहाँ से डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई तो मुझे पता नहीं उन्होंने क्या कहा।
अच्छा, एंड हम त्याग मतलब इसमें क्या है ये पुरुषोत्तम योग में कि त्याग करना है सब कुछ। हम कैसे संसारिक लोग हैं तो
संसार का त्याग करने की बात भगवान पूरी गीता में कहीं भी नहीं कहते। और 15वें अध्याय में जो असंग शस्त्रेण दृढ़ेन चित्वा कहा, वो असंग आसक्ति का त्याग करने को। मैं भोजन नहीं करूं ऐसी बात भगवान कैसे कहेंगे? भोजन तो मुझे करना ही पड़ेगा, लेकिन भोजन करने में जो मेरी अत्यधिक आसक्ति है, ये तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है, मैं दो बार खाऊंगा, ये मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं अच्छा लगता है, मैं खाऊंगा ही नहीं। इस प्रकार की जो मेरी व्यवहार है उसको हम बदल सकते हैं। मैं भोजन करूंगा क्योंकि इस देह को पोषण चाहिए, इस देह को शक्ति चाहिए, इस देह से मुझे भजन करना है तो उसका रक्षण करना होगा, इसको भोजन भी देना होगा, इसलिए मैं भोजन करता हूँ। कि मुझे पदार्थ बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं इसलिए मैं भोजन करता हूँ। ये दोनों भावनाएं अलग अलग है, काम एक ही है, लेकिन उसके पीछे का जो भाव है वो अलग अलग है। भगवान कहते हैं जो आसक्ति का भाव है वो त्यागो। मुझे सुनने का आकर्षण है, मुझे भोजन का आकर्षण है, मुझे देखने का आकर्षण है, ये जो आसक्ति है, मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे ये बिल्कुल नहीं चाहिए, ये जो चॉइसेस हैं इनसे निवृत्त हो जाओ। सब बातें सहज करो, देह के लिए करो, मैं नियुक्त हूं इसलिए करो। ये बच्चों को पालन करना है क्योंकि मुझे इनकी माता के रूप में नियुक्त किया गया, लेकिन ये मेरे बच्चे हैं, ये जो मेरापन है इससे मुक्त हो जाओ। बच्चे तो वही रहेंगे, मैं माँ के रोल में भी रहूंगी, लेकिन बच्चे मेरे हैं, ये जो भाव है इससे सारा दुख है। क्योंकि ये बच्चे मेरे हैं तो मेरी बात माननी चाहिए, बात मानते नहीं, जब बात मानते नहीं तो दुख होता है। लेकिन ये बच्चे हैं और मैं माँ के रूप में नियुक्त हूं, अब मैं इनको जो बातें करनी है वो बतलाऊंगी, ये भाव रखेंगे तो हम उस दुख से मुक्त हो जाते हैं, उसके होने वाले सुख दुख से हम दोनों से मुक्त हो जाते हैं। तो ये जितना मैं मेरा का त्याग हम अधिक कर सकेंगे वही आवश्यक है। हमको क्रिया का त्याग नहीं करना है, उस क्रिया में जो ममता है उसका त्याग करना है, ममत्व का, मेरेपन का, मैंपन का, वो त्याग करना है।
और दूसरी बात कि जैसे कि अगर दिस इज अ पर्सनल थिंग, लाइक यू आर सेइंग, मतलब देख रहे हो कि जो सामने जो आप जिनके साथ टाइम बिता रहे हो वो कोई मनुष्य, मतलब हर टाइम आपको महसूस होता है कि वो झूठ बोल रहा है या कुछ मतलब ऐसी बातें बोल रहा है जो रियल, मतलब ही इज ऑलवेज ट्राइंग टू फूल यू, मतलब
मैं समझ गया।
हाँ, तो क्या हाउ डू यू कीप योर बैलेंस, और कैसे इनके साथ व्यवहार करें?
देखो, इनके साथ कहने से हमारी बात ऐसी हो जाती है कि वो कोई असुर है और मैं कोई देव हूँ। होती नहीं है। सामान्य रूप से हम सभी के अंदर दोष होते हैं और हम सबके अंदर अलग अलग दोष होते हैं। होता यह है कि जो दोष मेरे अंदर नहीं है वो सामने वाले के अंदर हो तो मैं उसको बड़ा मान लेता हूँ, और जो मेरे अंदर भी है और आपके अंदर भी है हम दोनों मैत्री कर लेते हैं। ये तो सामान्य बात है, ये सब लोग करते हैं। मेरे अंदर भी है तो मैं सबके लिए नेचुरल है, मेरे में नहीं है तुम्हारे में तो ये नेचुरल नहीं है, तुम्हारे में नहीं होना चाहिए। ये भावना प्राय हम सबकी गड़बड़ हो जाती है। सभी में सब प्रकार के दोष नहीं होते, किसी में किसी प्रकार का है, किसी में मेरा अपना अलग दोष है, आपका अपना अलग दोष है। ये बात को यथार्थ रूप से देखने से हम सभी एक दूसरे को स्वीकार करने लग जाते हैं, और यही यथार्थ है। हम ऐसा तो कोई भी नहीं, ना मैं ना आप, जिसमें कोई भी दोष नहीं, और ऐसा भी कोई नहीं जिसमें सारे दोष ही दोष है, अच्छी बात कोई नहीं। ऐसा भी सभी के अंदर कुछ अच्छी बातें हैं, कुछ बुरी बातें हैं, और वो डिफरेंट है। तो ये डिफरेंसिटीज को सहना, इसको ठीक करना, इसके अनुसार अपने यथार्थता को बनाना, ये ठीक हो। ये जो आग्रह होता है कि जो दोष मैं झूठ नहीं बोलता तो इसको भी झूठ नहीं बोलना चाहिए, लेकिन मैं देर से उठता हूं तो ये भी देर से उठ सकता है, ये जो आग्रह है
हाँ, नहीं वो नहीं, मतलब ठीक है कि उनका दोष है या उनका मतलब
आप ये मानो नहीं, ये वैसे ही है, ठीक है। ये बात मुझे ये मुझे सही बात नहीं बतलाना चाहते हो तो नहीं बतलाते, इनका अधिकार है। वो आपको सही बातें बताइए, आपका अधिकार है कि उनका अधिकार है? उनका है। हम गड़बड़ क्या करते हैं? स्वामी शरणानंद जी महाराज हुए प्रज्ञा चक्षु, उन्होंने कहा दूसरे का कर्तव्य मेरा अधिकार नहीं है, अदर्स ड्यूटीज आर नॉट माई राइट्स। सो दूसरे का कर्तव्य उसका कर्तव्य रहने दो ना, हम उसको अपना अधिकार क्यों बना लेते हैं? गड़बड़ वही, उसके कारण मैं अपने को दुखी करता हूं। वो बदलता नहीं, आप कितना भी मानिए वो तो नहीं मानेगा, आपका अधिकार है। आपने कभी अपने कर्तव्य को अपने माता पिता का अधिकार माना क्या? अपने बड़ों का अधिकार माना क्या? हमारे बड़े हमको कहते रहे, हमने माना तो नहीं ना। स्वाभाविक रूप से हम सब अपने को स्वतंत्र मानते हैं, हम कभी भी अपने कर्तव्य को दूसरे का, मुझे करना चाहिए ठीक है, लेकिन आप मुझे बाउंड नहीं कर सकते। दैट इज ऑलवेज द ट्रूथ। The more we want to deny this truth, we are in trouble. The more we are acceptable to this truth, we are in happiness. We are in happy state. We are in perfect stage. So we have to accept what is truth. The others' duties are not my rights. So he has to do it. If he will do that, he will be benefited. If he is not doing, he will not be benefited. What I need to do? Why I am interfering in somebody's freedom? I don't need to and I cannot do. मुझे करने की जरूरत भी नहीं, मैं कर भी नहीं सकता, मैं चाह के कर भी नहीं, मैं दूसरे को बदल ही नहीं सकता। मुझे भगवान ने इतनी सामर्थ्य दिया, इतनी योग्यता दी कि मैं खुद को बदल सकूं, खुद को अच्छा बना सकूं। मैं दूसरे को, किसी को अच्छा बना सकूं, इतनी सामर्थ्य तो भगवान ने मुझे बिल्कुल दी ही नहीं। तो मैं उस और जितना भी प्रयास करूंगा वो निष्फल ही जाने वाला है। ठीक है ना?
जय श्री कृष्ण।
सुमन जी, प्लीज आस्क योर क्वेश्चन। प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ।
जय श्री कृष्ण। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता है, जैसे इसमें मद वर्ड का क्या मीनिंग है?
श्रीमद, श्री से युक्त, जो समस्त ऐश्वर्यों से युक्त है।
ओके, थैंक यू। आपकी स्माइल बहुत सुंदर है।
सोनिया जी, प्लीज आस्क योर क्वेश्चन। प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ मैम।
Yes, thank you. Thank you. This is such a beautiful explanation. Thank you so much for doing this. My question is about, I know this must have been in the 15th chapter as well. Lekin jo sarma karma phalatyagan hai, you do your duty, do the best that you can, but don't expect anything in return, and don't expect appreciation, recognition. But we live in a world where it lives on appreciation and recognition. So if somebody recognizes you or appreciates you, how do you respond? And likewise, if somebody you have to appreciate and recognize, how do you respond? So that was my question.
See, we should appreciate everything and everyone, but we should not expect the appreciation for us. That will keep us at peace and at happiness. The more we expect, and it is not going to fulfill every time, it is certain, and every time we want appreciation and it doesn't happen with anyone, even with Prime Minister or the President of USA, it is not going to happen. He wants to do something for the appreciation and he may be cursed for it. It happens because labha hani jivan maran jas apajas vidhi hath. The 6 things are in the fate hands. Labha hani, the profit and the loss you have to face in the life. Yash apyash, the appreciations and the curse you have to face in the life. And janma marana, when you are going to born and when you are going to die. These 6 things you cannot control by your karma. This is the prarabdha thing, fate thing. It has to happen. The thing is, more you expect for anything, for appreciation, for anything you do, if you expect, you are, and it doesn't get fulfilled, you are going to be sad. That is the, and Geeta teaches us how to be in the permanent happy state. So when we think that by this appreciation I am going to be happy, then at the same moment we create this perception also that if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to be sad. If this thing will make me happy, then this absence of this thing will make me sad. It is vice versa. We cannot change that. So when we create the one perspective, second one already creates in our back subconscious. So when we create, it happens or not, I am going to be happy. Then what? Then second perception doesn't create. You are going to be permanent happy. So Gita teaches us art of life, that we can be, and we expect or not appreciation. If I deserve the appreciation, it has to happen, right? So later or sooner, I will get that. Whatever good deed I have done, I will get the good result for that. Whatever bad deed I have did, I will get the results bad for that. Sooner or later, immediate or later, in this life or other life, but I am going to get it definitely. So what loss it is if I am not getting it on this moment, and I am going to get it on another moment. So expectation is not going to create any fine path for us, which makes us easy to go on the path, but it creates hurdles. If it doesn't get fulfilled, then I'm going to be sad. So Gita teaches us that don't depend your happiness on the external atmosphere. Just create it in yourself, and you don't need to be happy or sad by the other's behavior. Why I should depend my happiness on your behavior? Why you should depend your happiness on my behavior? It is utter foolishness. We are doing it since long. Gita teaches us to leave this foolishness and be permanent happy.
Yes, you are right, and I'm working on it. It's a constant work.
Right.
I'm talking about जो लोग हमारे साथ हैं, जैसे किसी ने अच्छा खाना पकाया और हम उसको बोलते हैं बहुत अच्छा बनाया. If you don't say it, or if you say it but you don't say it in the right way.
किसी ने कहा appreciate सबको करिए सबको. लेकिन मैं करूंगा इसलिए लोगों को मुझे भी करना चाहिए, ये गड़बड़ है.
अच्छा, ओके, गॉट इट.
अप्रिशिएट करने में तो कभी चूकी मत. प्रशंसा ऐसा बढ़िया उपहार है जो फ्री में बांटा जाता है, और जितना मर्जी बांटते रहिए आपके पास घटेगा नहीं, तो उसको खूब बांटिए.
अच्छा,
ये बांटने से प्रेम बढ़ता है, आनंद बढ़ता है, मेरा कुछ जाता नहीं.
अच्छा, समझी. थैंक यू सो मच.
शिव प्रसाद जी, प्लीज आस्क योर क्वेश्चन सर. प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ सर.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
From a layman's point of view, or from any general person, God is a divine arc, divine spark, who is resting in our heart. But heart is being transplanted from one person to another person when patient's brain is dead. Every organ, most of the organs except brain, is being transplanted from one person to another person. We assume that God rests in our heart, physical heart.
No, it is not the physical thing. When Krishna says there, Sarvasya Jaham Hridhi Sannivishto. So Hridhi Sannivishto. Sannivishto means I am there as an eternal form, not in a physical form. Krishna says there, Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto. Sannivishto means I am there, but I am in the eternal form, not in the physical form. So if your heart transplants, it doesn't mean God also transplants with them. It is not going to happen.
Okay, but the transplanted person will be dead. Then other person will be alive. Other person.
See, this Chetana is different thing, and that God living in the heart is different thing. Don't connect these things, otherwise you will be confused. Our Atma Tattva is different. If one organ is failing, it doesn't mean I am dying. When this Jivatma stays in, till this Jivatma stays in this body, any
person is alive.
Person is alive. Doesn't matter my heart fails or brain fails. Doesn't matter. So if another heart replace my heart, and my organ is working again, I get alive.
So physical organs will not define whether God is there or not.
No, of course not. Because God is in eternal form, not is in the physical form.
God is in eternal form. He transforms from one body to another body. Wherever Jivatma goes out, that body is dead.
Right.
ठीक है, मैं समझ लिया.
Thank you.
Krishna Kumar ji, please ask a question. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Namaste. Sir, many times, many people keep some expectation from the others. But all the times, they couldn't get any positive response from the other side, opposite side. Why such thing happens? Though the person is doing the best.
Because
so that
it is not practical. Neither you can fulfill everybody's expectation, neither you can be fulfilled all your expectations by others. It is a fact. It cannot happen all the time. Can you fulfill all the expectations of your family, friends, your employer, and everybody around? You cannot. It is not the possible thing. The more you will do, the expectations will be more high. Suppose you came with a dessert every day you come from the office. So after some days, dessert will be normal, and the expectation will be what item you bring. And more good item you bring, the lower item you bring, expectations go on. Even you are bringing the dessert, others' expectation is not going to get fulfilled. So this cannot be fulfilled by any time, because the more it gets fulfilled, the more it gets stronger. So expectation cannot be completed by fulfilling it. It can be only leave, or it can be only give up by our wisdom, that it is not beneficial for us to have desires, to have expectations.
One more thing. There is one prayer that sincere aspirations always bring the response, and if there is continuity, the result can't fail. But there is no any perfect definition so far as the sincere aspiration is concerned. What is the actual meaning, sincere aspiration?
I understand your point. It cannot be defined, because it will always be perceptive. In the perceptions, different perceptions, it will change. So it cannot be defined. It is just a referential thing, in what reference you want to talk, and how much intensity you want to talk.
That means you want to do always the best, whether the result may be positive or negative.
Of course, because you are not doing it for result, you are doing it for you.
Yes.
I know I am going to, sometimes we see that team lost the match, but he has to bat till 50 overs. Basic cricket, na? So
Yes,
what they do, they stop playing. No, they still play. They know they are not going to win, but they still play, because they are going to perform for themselves, not for the winning.
Okay.
Got the point? So I am going to perform not for the results, for me.
Yeah.
Because I am the best. What I have to perform, but for what I am, the talent God given me, I have to perform for that, not for results.
Keeping sincere aspiration is always good.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Yes, Sridevi. Please unmute.
Shri Krishna Shubhaya ji. Actually, I have a question. Like everything is related to our karmas. After started learning Geeta, I have understood very well. It is whether whatever we have done in our earlier life, which we are either we are suffering or we are enjoying this world. And whatever we are doing right now in this life, that will be affecting our next life, sir. So my question is, like in our family, we are a family, and maybe we have our children, our parents along with us. So we are doing our best, level best. Our karmas, we are following everything like real devotees, and everything we are doing. But what about those who are in our own family? They are not doing, and their karma also will affect us, or that will affect them only. And in case if we want to transform them, for example, if I want to put my children to this path, I want them to follow the same path. even though they are not interested. What kind of efforts can I do, sir? Actually, the present generation, they don't believe all these things, sir. Even small prayer also they are not doing, and whatever we give, try to make them understand, they are not ready to follow. But they're very practical minded children. So, but I want that their life should also be peaceful and happy. So how can we convince them, and what to do for that?
I got you.
I'm very much worried. Yeah, actually.
You have two questions. The first
Yes,
is,
sir.
what about the others' karma? If I didn't,
Yes.
why I have to pay for their karma?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
It is not that I am paying with their karmas. I am aligned with them to pay my old sins with their karmas. Like
Okay. Yeah.
in 11th chapter, Krishna shows Arjun Vishwarupa. And in Vishwarupa, everybody, Karna, Duryodhan, and even warriors from the Pandav Senas are dead and going in God's mouth. So Arjuna asks, what is this? Why are you showing me this? God is telling, all these guys are going to be punished by me because they have did the wrong things. So they are going to be punished. Now, nimitta matram bhavya savyasachin. You just be a reason for it. You just make you nimitta for it. If you don't do, then also they will die. But if you will do, you will be a good reason for it, and you are going to be rewarded for that. So what I am getting from by the others' karmas is, it is also because of my sins. I am connected with such a people who are doing bad karmas. It is because of my bad karmas in my previous lives. Because my previous life deeds decides to whom I am going to be family with. My family, if a saint born in my family, it is because of my good deed that I have born in the family where a saint born, and I have born in a family where a mafia born. It is not his mistake only; it is my mistake also.
My mistake.
I have did some sins, so I have to born in a family where a mafia is born. Right?
Okay.
So it is not the thing that it is only his karma; it is also related to my karma. Second, you ask how I can transform my family. You cannot transform anybody except you. You can inspire others only.
Yeah.
When your child or family or anybody, you can just be an inspiration, but you cannot have any. You don't have any capacity to transform others. Whatever I wish, whatever knowledge I have, whatever capacity I have no capacity to change you. I tell you honestly, it is not possible. You know that. So it is simple that Hiranyakashipu wanted to change Prahlad, na? He couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah.
And Pulastya Rishi wanted to change Ravana. He couldn't. So when they couldn't, then who we are? So, but we can be inspiration by our good deeds, by our happy state, by the more we live happily, people want to follow me.
Yeah.
Because everybody want to be happy. You said they are very practical. The most practical thing is everybody wants to live in the happiness and peace. So if they see me that I am living in peace and happiness, they want to follow me. So the more reflection of my behavior seems good to them, they will want to follow us.
But sir, Bhaiya ji, but one thing I want to ask, you see, if my child is suffering, for example, because of his karmas or whatever, so it affects me, no, कि I have to suffer. मतलब हम लोग सुखी से रह नहीं पाते ना, कि हम उनके दुख देख के,
हमको उसके लिए करुणा होनी चाहिए, लेकिन हमको उसके लिए दुख नहीं होना चाहिए. करुणा और दुख में फर्क है.
अच्छा.
मैं दूसरे के दुख द्रवित हो जाता हूँ. अरे भगवान, इसको कुछ करो, ये कितना कष्ट पा रहा है, इसको ये करुणा है. लेकिन ये दुखी है इसलिए मुझे रात को नींद नहीं आती. ये दुख है. तो इन दोनों में फर्क है. मैं करुणा तो सबके लिए रखूं, जो भी मेरे आसपास है उसके लिए मेरे हृदय में करुणा हो, है उसके लिए प्रार्थना करूं, जो मैं कर सकता हूं करूं, उसको समझाऊं बुझाऊं भी, उसके लिए प्रार्थना करूं, जहां मदद कर सकता हूं मदद करूं, धन की मदद है, शरीर की मदद है, वो करूं. लेकिन मैं उसके लिए दुखी नहीं होऊंगा जी, बिकॉज एवरीबडी इज गोइंग टू गेट फल ऑफ देयर ओन कर्मा. तो व्हाई आई एम गोइंग टू पे फॉर योर कर्मा? दैट इज
यस सर.
मेरा पुत्र है या मेरा पिता है, मैं उनके कर्मों के लिए क्यों भुगतूं? ये तो मेरी बुद्धू बना होगा ना, मेरा समझ नहीं होगा. मैं अपना भी भुगतूं, उनका भी भुगतूं.
अच्छा, जो हमारे पास है हमको उसी में खुश रहना चाहिए. मतलब
आप नहीं भी रहेंगे तो भी उसके अलावा कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं है.
नहीं है। हाँ, हम कुछ कर ही नहीं पाएंगे
इस
ना।
बात को समझ लेना ही ऑप्शन है। हम इसके
जी
अलावा कुछ दूसरा कर भी क्या सकेंगे? We don't
जी
have
सर।
anything in our
Yeah,
control.
yeah. That's why always there is a confusion. कि in a family like 4 sisters are there. All the 4 are suffering some or other in way. So is it the karma of the parents or their own
No,
karma? ये मुझे
their
समझ
own,
में नहीं आया।
their own
own karma. तो एक फैमिली में सबके सब ऐसे परेशान कैसे रह सकते हैं और
हो
किसी
सकते
और
हैं।
फैमिली में?
भगवान ने
अच्छा।
क्लब कर दिया, सबको एक साथ डाल दो ना, झंझट
जी जी जी। अच्छा, ऐसा भी है, ठीक
कैन
है।
हैपन।
थैंक यू।
और ऑनेस्टली बात ये है कि इफ यू
जी
थिंक देन वी आर 94 people sitting here. If you ask, everybody will say it is same for me also. ऐसा नहीं है जीवन में, सबके दुख है। कौन ऐसा है जो से परे है?
दुखी नहीं है। हमको लगता है बाहर से कि
हाँ।
उनकी फैमिली में कोई परेशानी नहीं है, हमारे साथ ऐसा क्यों है?
सभी
जी जी।
तो जीवन का भाग है सभी। अब इससे मैं प्रभावित कितना होऊंगा, ये मेरे को भगवान गीता में सिखाते हैं।
जी।
ये सुख दुख प्रारब्ध से आएंगे, ये बात ठीक है, लेकिन सुख दुख को मैं भोगू कि नहीं भोगू, इट इज इन माय कंट्रोल।
यस सर।
If I don't want to feel it, I can be untouched from it. But I will not be affected.
But one thing sir, but there is
a अब इस बुखार को रिएक्शन में कितना करूंगा, इस बुखार को कितना बड़ा बनाऊंगा,
हाँ, वो हमारे ऊपर है।
how more I am going to react, it is in my hand ना।
In our hand. Yes sir, yes. But one more thing sir, thank you so much. Actually I feel myself there is a big transformation in me after joining the class within 20 days sir. Such a big transformation. I'm very 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 grateful to all those people, my gurus and all of you sir. Thank you. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे, मेरे अपने में भी एक कॉन्फिडेंस डेवलप हुआ सर। थैंक यू भैया जी, थैंक यू सो मच।
All the best. Sonia ji, please unmute. She cannot switch on the camera, I think. Yes, please ask.
Yes, thank you. Yes, a wonderful conversation. अभी जो मैं इंडिया में पली बड़ी हुई और अभी यूएसए में हूँ, जैसे बाकी लोगों ने बोला कि बहुत सालों के बाद अभी गीता सीख रही हूँ, संस्कृत सीख रही हूँ, जो मतलब बचपन में सीखना चाहिए था, लेकिन अभी भी जो वेस्टर्न टाइप की जो थिंकिंग है कि कंपेटिटिवनेस है, प्रोफेशनल, स्कूल में भी बोलते हैं कि फर्स्ट आना चाहिए।
हमारी लर्निंग्स हो जाती है 30 साल की, तो उस लर्निंग के हिसाब से हमारे बिहेवियर में, हमारे उस सोच में ऐसी धारणा हो जाना, ये सामान्य बात है। इट इज नॉर्मल बिकॉज वी हैव लर्न थ्रू दैट। हम उसी चैनल के थ्रू बड़े हुए, तो वैसा हो जाना भी सामान्य है। बट इन आवर डीप सेंस वी नो दैट दिस इज नॉट वर्किंग, this never worked. In deep sense we all know that. That is why you are here, otherwise why you are here?
Right. And
if you are satisfied there, then why you are here? Of course, that thing for which you have learned since years, you have seen thousands of people doing that only, but you know that neither they were satisfied nor I am satisfied, so this is not the way. That you know in your deeper heart. So your learning may affect your behavior for some time, but not for always. If you want to change it, you can change. You can change your thinking, you can change your behavior anytime you want.
Yes, completely. I understand. और जैसे पहले वो lady was saying that आजू बाजू बहुत सब परेशान हैं। जब भी हम अपने बच्चों को और अपने भाई बहनों को देखना चाहते हैं कि उनको श्रेष्ठ होना है, ये होना है, और बाद में हम जब भी गीता सीखने शुरू हो जाते हैं और फिर हमको पता होता है कि नहीं, ये सब अच्छा नहीं है, we want them to be transformed also in the same way we are, but unfortunately it's not the same thing for them. So early on if we can teach our children,
भगवान की कृपा वही आ पाएगा, सब आ नहीं पाएंगे एक घर में भी।
हाँ, right. Yeah, I think जब भी बच्चे छोटे होते हैं तभी उनको ये सब सिखाना है, वो ही अच्छा है। So
we can be inspiration, nothing else. It is only in my hand to inspire my family and my kids. It is not in my ever hand that I can transform anyone.
Yes, thank you.
Last question please, because I have to be in another session also. Yes,
Ravi ji, please.
Please unmute sir. Yes.
आशु भैया नमस्कार। मैं उन्हीं दीदी के अभी सवाल का जवाब, मैं 102 बुखार में, कोरोना में पॉजिटिव, एंड आई एम स्टिल, इसका जो नशा है, ऑफ कोर्स मैंने संस्कृत पढ़ी है और यूपी बोर्ड में मेरी पोजीशन थी इसकी वजह से, बट उस तरीके से जो उच्चारण की बात मैं करता हूँ, मैंने वो उच्चारण नहीं सीखा था. Today now when I am learning with all the two chapters which I did, and I really appreciate, and it has been a wonderful journey. And of course the Vivechans also, they have been really wonderful, and especially the talks. Of course we all have been listening. From childhood we are being told, but certainly we keep drifting away, keep forgetting them, and time and again, whether any you join anything, whether Shiv Yoga or Brahma Kumari or any of them, they will keep reminding you the same truth path, and they keep telling you the same thing. I'm really very grateful, and especially I enjoy your sessions, especially when you talk so wisely about worldly affairs. I really admire that, and thank you all for, and I also thank myself to be part of this great family. Thank you very much, sir.
We have another questions, but we cannot take that now because I have to leave for other sessions also. So we will try to take it in another sessions. Thank you.
I would like to thank our special speakers today. Sir, your words and have the power to change the heart of so many people that we have all experienced today. So for the ending pratna, I would like to call Sri Devi Vishwanath Bhatt ji from Karnataka. She has joined Geeta Parivar from April 21, and she's a student in L3 and serving as a trainer in L1 and L2. Sri Devi ji, please. Please unmute yourself.
Jai Shri Krishna. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Prajapriyam Dharma Samsthapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful prayer. On behalf of Geeta Parivar, I would also like to thank the team behind the screen for making this session a great success. Let us all meet tomorrow in the Be a Geeta volunteer program at 8 p.m. Don't miss the golden opportunity. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.